Um, I think it's very interesting that you distinguish between two words, fair and right. Can you
Mhm.
maybe expand upon that? Because I've written that down as, two is fair and three is right. Nobody wants to hear about what's fair. Nobody wants to hear about what's right. What do you distinguish between those 2?
So both of those terms are relative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if you're viewing both terms as an entrepreneur, you have to throw those terms, you have to approach them very gingerly, or in some cases, just throw them out the window. And you can't concern yourself with them as it relates to entrepreneurship and capitalism in its purest sense. Because the only thing capitalism cares about is what is illegal. As long as it's not illegal in capitalism, it's fair game. Because at the end of the day, the measuring yard or stick for what's going to happen as a result of my activity is, did I break the law? All right. Now, there's a lot of bandwidth. I'll just pick on me and my personal postural life between what's illegal and what I feel is right. All right. In some instances, there's this large, this huge gap between what I think is fair and what's right. I mean, and what's fair and what's illegal, excuse me, and what's right and what's illegal. There's this big gap. And so you have to be careful when you're dealing with the system. I mean, if you ever get to a decision-making position, you need to do, obviously you don't want to do anything illegal, but once you cover that base, then you need to do what you feel is the right thing to do. And people say, well, just this morning, we had a situation at a job site where, something got damaged. We were doing some work for a federal entity, something got damaged, and, the photos came back from the damage, and technically, the people who did the assessment and the repair said they couldn't prove beyond any doubt that our guys did the damage. All right. That's the legal side. Right. For me, I'm talking with the subs and saying, hey, how do you guys want to handle this? And, I'm talking with the customer. For me, the stuff wasn't leaking before we were there. We disturbed the earth. It's now leaking. I got to do the right thing, right? And will the right thing sometimes cost you money? Well, it depends on your posture. If this is the only job you're ever going to do, yeah, it might cost you something, but if you plan on being in business 10 years from now, I think you're going to come out better just go ahead and handling this and moving on. So again, that's a recent example of what's legal or illegal and the right thing and the fair thing to do.